again. Okay, we should be back now. There. Boom. Well, I'm not fucking with that again. We're just gonna carry on with the show because that was more of a pain in the ass than it probably should have been. Let's move it on along. All right, so now that we're back, I don't remember where we. Oh yeah, I remember where we were. Yeah. I remember.
We might have to join Orcus because the X-Men done us dirty for no good reason.
Right? Anyway, you know what? That's it. That's official. I'm done with the X-Men. I'm a spawn head from now on. It's nothing but spawn from here on out.
No. We don't want you over here.
To be fair, I don't want to be over there. Dude, it smells weird, and
that's just the brimstone. That's just the brimstone. Watch your mouth.
No, that's because of homelessness. I smell the encampment. But anyway. No, Rat City is just like that. I apologize. But that said, getting back to it is we got some news. It's news I will likely not be partaking in because this is something I find extremely egregious in regards to that's a lot. That is a lot. Oh, wait a minute. Is it? There we go. And here, let me go. Let's see. There we go. Okay. All right, cool.
Ooh, Trey Johnson, thank you for gifting those 5 memberships, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. But now I have to pop this back out again. That's gonna be let me.
That sounds so problem.
What? Yeah, pop shit out sometimes. It's a thing. Don't hate on it. It's a thing. Actually, it's kind of funny. There was actually a conversation I was having with Robo and Cypher the other day, like when we were playing Helldivers. We were talking about how there's certain things that like you used to be able to say that like come off sounding like kind of wild now. Remember how like back in the day, like back in the 80s, it was actually quite common for when you talked about how you wanted to whip somebody's ass. Like it was actually quite common for people to say, "I'm gonna bust your ass." But as you got further along in time, actually, I think by the time you got to like the early aughts, it was kind of like, "Excuse me." But anyway,
see, some of those, I think people like, "What? Like, I'm gonna bust your ass." Some of that shit, y'all just trying too hard. Like some of y'all are just like.
Well, I think it's because people started using that as a euphemism for actually doing the other thing.
Yuck. Gearless Mode with the diamond mine. 38 months. Because New York
out here
like that. Careful with the Disney ninjas. They are monitoring closely. Somebody else in the chat said that those Ninja Kamui goons are not playing.
Right. Look, it had me out here. Which, by the way, which is kind of funny you say that because I remember we played a clip from Ninja Kamui on Nerds of Culture, and bear in mind we were talking through the whole thing. Like we weren't like just sitting there just staring at it like. It wasn't like XQC where he just like, oh, that's crazy. Like it wasn't like that. Like we were literally like honestly, you couldn't even hear the shit because we were talking over it so much. And Adult Swim was like, yeah, that's ours.
So
I was like, all right, cool, cut it.
So I did an experiment with that on Twitch, and then I did it on YouTube. I was reacting to a Little Dicky video if you were in that stream, and it immediately got muted like literally after I ended the stream. I did it with something else, with like movies and like old stuff, and then I did it with some more music, but I had the volume turned low, and then I was talking over it. Nothing happened.
Well, no, that's the thing. And that's kind of like, so this is what I think I find incredibly interesting about this is, so in the case of the Ninja Kamui thing, we actually didn't have the volume on at all.
Oh, wow.
And obviously in the case of what just happened, I think that's even more funny because if they couldn't hear it, then there was no audio then either. I was the only one that could hear it. But yeah, it is interesting. And I even had that happen when I did the whole was the Snyder Cut live reaction. When I posted it on YouTube, they did something very similar, but they tried to hit, but what they did, they hit me for the end credit theme, the theme they were playing at the end of the movie.
Okay.
Not for the movie itself, but it was because, like, I mean, as long as you're like providing like a commentary over something, then it doesn't really matter. But I don't care. I third generation do not care. That said, yes, lots of Spawn is coming. Perhaps even too much. Spawn is incoming. So Carter is going to be happy as a pig in shit. That said, so basically, what they're doing right now is because they just had the 350th issue of Spawn, and to celebrate, oh my god, I can't believe they called this man the Todd Father. Lord, get out of my face with that shit. Says, I've never seen a creator so much up his own ass. We literally just talked about one of the most humble creators in the history of creating anything. Now we're talking about one of the most conceited ones. But yeah, anyway, Todd McFarlane has announced a huge expansion of the Spawn comic line with multiple upcoming titles, no less than 15 new titles to be exact. This is supposed to be the new You, which is, and not you as in Y-O-U, but new You, just letter U, which is what McFarlane has dubbed the new Spawn line. It's going to be Sam and Twitch case files, which is going to focus on the police detectives, Sam and Twitch, as you might imagine. They're also, let's see, I think that's going to be coming out sometime probably later this month. It's going to be Todd McFarlane, co-plotted by John Goff and drawn by Szymon Kudranski. So there's that. You have that to look forward to. That's going to be March the 27th is when that's going to drop.
See, back in the day, a lot of people,
carry on.
Well, I was just gonna say real quick. Back in the day, a lot of people, like, when it came to Spawn, Sam and Twitch was the only book that they were reading because Sam and Twitch was still hitting.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
So it is actually because that was the better Spawn book, and they used to dog Spawn out. I'm seeing panels now in my head of like, did you do this? All right, well, okay, if one of those did it, then we'll try to figure it out, the human perspective. Okay, why are you still here? Get the fuck out of here! And then he just they used to clown on Spawn in that book.
Oh my god!
And the book is not a comedy.
No, it's not.
Think like Gotham Central, I think is what it was. Think that, but in the Spawn kind of universe. Sam and Twitch was really good.
Yeah, no, it most certainly was. There it is. I can't get this thing to come up. Oh, well, you know what? It's not important. We're not gonna worry about it. I was gonna try and show the cover for it, but I don't want to fuck with anything because otherwise it might fuck something up. Anyway, but that said, the cover.
Mm-hmm.
The cover for it actually looks pretty cool. I think I can actually show it this way. We'll see if we can we pull it up like this? Yeah, there we go. That's part of it right there. Boom, done. Cut the check. The funny thing about it to me is like, yeah, okay, Sam and Twitch, that makes sense. Okay, cool. But I just want to point something out here. Todd McFarlane is saying there are 15 new comics that are going to come out that are set in the Spawn universe, in this new You. whatever. It's the dumbest name I think I've ever heard for something. Sounds like it's so dumb. It sounds like something Marvel would do. But the thing I find funny about this is that we got another one that's been talked about. It says in April, writer Erica Schultz and artist Zay Carlos will launch Rat City, which focuses on a new Hellspawn, Peter Cairn, who is actually a living Hellspawn rather than being resurrected from death, like the classic Spawn Al Simmons. So there's going to be that. Following that, in May, is Monolith by writer Sean Lewis, artist Valerio Giangiordano, and it's going to focus on the origin of the hulking Hellspawn.
Okay, I think that's the one from Scorched. With Sean Lewis doing it, I would tell you all to keep your eyes on that one.
Okay.
I would for sure tell you all to keep your eyes on that one.
And it also says, what connection does he have to one of the most savage of his kind, the Omega Spawn? That's what that is. And they said that's just scratching the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what McFarlane Productions has planned. June and July will bring several more 4-issue limited series titled Misery, Medieval Spawn, and Spawn Kills Every Spawn. Wow, okay. All right. Spawn Kills Every Spawn. All right. No creative teams have been announced for that. And then August is going to have a 6-issue Violator limited series, along with the highly buzzed about limited series Knights versus Samurai. Okay. Let's see. And then in September, we're going to get a new oversized ongoing title named Deadly Tales, which is going to be followed by a bi-monthly ongoing series titled No Home Here. And then there are also several more new series titled Focus, Spawn the Dark Ages, She-Spawn, Bloodletter, and Spawn 77. And they will all debut sometime throughout the later parts of the year. Which I'm just like, man, look. Ain't nobody trying to read all that. Ain't nobody. You know what? I'm gonna stay with my X-Men. You know, Carter, that could be your channel. You could talk about Spawn. There you go. You could talk about Rat City's finest.
I don't know who. Okay, I don't know who Erica Schultz is.
Okay,
but with this being someone I have never heard of, and them getting their swing at bat at something Spawn related, I'll give it a read just because I want to see if this individual can indeed, write a good book.
Well, I was gonna tell you,
okay,
that if you would like to know what all Erica Schultz has written,
okay,
I can tell you.
Cool.
So for one, she is written on Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood.
Okay.
She also, she wrote Daredevil Gang War, which I did not read. So I have no,
okay.
That's the one that was like focused more on like, I think Elektra. She also wrote X-23 Deadly Regenesis. And that was the one that came out last year.
Yeah,
it came out last year. I think it was like a 4 or 5 parter. She also wrote the Hallows Eve, the Big Night #1 from last year, starring the titular character Hallows Eve. And
you can stop.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, she.
I was with you, and then you said the Hallows Eve. Oh. I mean, what? Well, we literally just said this last week. She might have more hits than misses. That might it's just that character.
All right. Oh yeah, I mean, it's not like she created Hallows Eve. So that one lies squarely. That one lies squarely at the feet of Zeb Wells. Which, by the way, speaking of Zeb Wells, I don't mean to make this a shitting on Zeb Wells party, but I just want to point out someone else has yet again put out a Spider-Man book that is better than the amazing Spider-Man title that's currently running.
And the one thing I want you to keep in mind, America, I didn't just say that. I didn't say a word.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, she got some chops. There ain't nobody that's new. But no, Greg Weisman, he just put out his Spectacular Spider-Man. Issue number 1 came out this week. It was fantastic. I actually thought about doing a video on it, but I am currently in the middle of editing the interview with Greg Weisman. So I was like, well, priorities. But yeah, there's that. Yeah, there is a Greg Weisman put out has got a comic with Humberto Ramos, and it is titled Spectacular Spider-Man. It stars both Peter Parker and Miles Morales working together as they do as a single unit, and it's kind of funny because there are some, I don't know if this was intentional, but there is a Gargoyles reference in there, which I thought was kind of hilarious. But it is fantastic. It's everything. It is everything that I want. It is everything that I want, everything that I need. But that said, let's see here. Who is Greg Weisman? Greg Weisman is the creator of Gargoyles. Thank you very much. That's funny. Well, it's not funny. It's sad. I'll say it is.
This man said, please shit on Wells.
Yeah.
I collected the entire Amazing Spider-Man run with the hopes it would get better. It did not.
No, it did not. Let's see here. Spawn gonna cost $34.99 before tax.
You know what? From the one article I pulled up, apparently they're making it the new Spawn books will be priced at either $2.99 or $3.99. Mm-hmm. Something that Image is boasting is well below the industry standard of $4.99, excuse me. So if it's gonna be either or, let me see here. You got 3. See,
so
then you would have
more soul.
Yeah. I'm trying to math, and the math is like,
oh,
you know what? I can't even math because when you said Spawn 77, I really hope we ain't finna see Spawn with a fro wearing some bell bottoms.
Oh no, someone else said it. They said it's probably going to be in like a blaxploitation type thing.
Oh god.
And I see someone repeatedly asking me Israel or Palestine. I mean, this is not really the place to discuss that, but I will say genocide bad, and leave it at that. Yeah. I think I have been pretty clear about my stance on that. If you follow me on Twitter, I don't hide my feelings on that.
Yeah, it's a trolling bot account. I already went to the profile of it.
Yeah. It's like it's a shit starter is what it is. It's like, hey, let's start some shit.
Let's not even stay on it. Let's not even
so when are people going to give Nick Spencer credit for his Spider-Man run? I mean, I always did. I don't dislike Nick Spencer's Spider-Man run. That's that guy.
So here's the problem. I have the article pulled up that I pulled up from the Spawn stuff. Mm-hmm. I can't see that you pointing over here. I gotta go back to the screen. I didn't have. Was it Nick Spencer's run from the Spider-Man video that never released? Was that Nick Spencer? It was Nick Spencer.
That was Nick Spencer.
Going back at it, somebody using a shotgun to shoot the sin out of people sounds hilarious.
I thought it was kind of funny.
Oh my Lord.
Well, and considering the effects of Nick Spencer's Spider-Man run are still being felt today.
Yeah.
Says a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on along.
That's gonna bug me now because I can't remember anything from that run except that. I'm trying my best
talking
to
about
remember the Nick Spencer stuff. I'm trying to remember the Nick Spencer stuff, and I can't. I can't. Oh man.
I mean, I personally, I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't worry my pretty little head over it. Just keeping it real, keeping it a book.
How much was that Spider-Man book? Was it $4.99? Oh no.
Wait, okay. Are we talking? Wait, are we talking about the Greg Weisman? The Greg Weisman joint?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah. It was like $4.99, I think. $3.99, $4.99, somewhere in there. That's usually about the going rate these days, usually, give or take.
Okay.
Give or take. You know what? I apologize because we actually got we have some super chats that I kind of missed because I was in the midst of trying to fuck with some fuckery in regards to the stream and make sure everything was running as it should. Chi-Town Dan with the $2 says Disney's Anbu ain't no joke, man. You ain't kidding. The Anbu Black Ops team is out here. They be on it. Gearless Mo with the 2024 says no Savage Dragon. Yeah. Dude, did I tell you the other day, like, I actually had to, well, I think I told you about this because when I did that video for Butterfly, I was kind of mad that I had to go like look up an issue of Savage Dragon to find some pictures of this goddamn character. I was high key kind of tight about it, not gonna lie.
Did you ever read those Philadelphia issues with him in it?
Dude, thank you for saying something about it because I kind of slick forgot. Like I've been so caught. No, like, in real talk, I've been so caught up just like between reading like the 22 issues of X-Men they put out every goddamn week. Between I've been reading Gargoyles, I've been reading Thundercats, I've been reading God, what was it? I mean, actually, oh yeah, I've been reading some of the more, not the current Red Sonja, but I've been going back and reading some of the Red Sonja that I've missed over the years. I've also been I've said this last week, but I've been reading this Go Loser Ranger. I'm on volume 3 right now. And I'm restarting this because when I first started Kaiju number 8, it was back when it first started, and I didn't really remember a lot of what was going on, so I've been going back and rereading that. There are those Flash omnibus that you sent me, and I didn't talk about this because I, for whatever reason, just never came up. I picked up this the other day. If you can't see it too well, basically what this is
look at my girl Scar Joe. Look at her.
You ain't shit anyway. This is the collection of the original Ghost in the Shell manga. So I've been reading that too. I've been doing. Oh, and I've been also reading. I'm not gonna get up to get these because they're behind me. But if you can actually see like where the right, that part of the shelf back there, back in there. You see that gap between books? That's because those are the Blade of the Immortals I'm still reading as well. So yeah, I've got a lot to read.
Bro, that Loser Ranger is everywhere. When I hit you up yesterday about that that party or whatever the fuck, I went into the Little Tokyo Mall and there are just posters plastered everywhere. That fucking Loser Ranger.
It's coming
huge.
Yeah, it's coming soon. Like, honestly, I think a lot of people are gonna love that anime when it comes out. I think a lot of people are gonna love it, and it makes me happy because like it's about one of my favorite things. I love Super Sentai. I love it a lot. Actually, just the other day, because when I go to bed, I like to watch a few things. But when I was watching the Jetman series, which for those who don't know, there were two. So, okay, before we actually got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, there was almost when I say almost, I mean, I'm talking about like we were ridiculously close. We were ridiculously close to, instead of getting Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, or at least as far as like, you know, with dinosaurs and whatnot and what have you, we almost got Jetman as the series that was going to be adapted instead. This was a series we almost got, and Jetman, if you're wondering why these people look like Gotcha Man, it's because Jetman is damn near the same. It's not the same story, but damn near the same premise. It was, as you would imagine, being called Jetman. They had jets, and they were all like bird themed. Also, a little bit more hardcore of a story, and I think we can largely blame the fact that Saban was like, hey, kids love dinosaurs, and that's kind of why they went with Kyoryu Sentai Zeo Ranger instead. But fantastic series, love it. It's a classic. And Jetman was never adapted. It was never adapted here. The closest you got was that one episode of Power Rangers Super Mega Force where they summoned all the previous Rangers, and that's only because they put that shit in. That's all shit that was taken from the Japanese version, where Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger. There was an episode where they did that, and all the past Rangers came together to fight the bad guys. But yeah, Jetman is the truth. Jetman is the truth. Who's the Black Condor? Oh, well, that's Guy. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you know anything about anime, when you got a character named Guy, you already know what time it is. That motherfucker is cold. Look. Here's two things you know. He's either the baddest motherfucker on the team, or he is the coolest motherfucker on the team. There's only two ways to go. If your name is Guy, that's it.
Does he talk a lot, or he just basically keeps to himself until you got to put hands on you?
I mean, he talks, but like he's okay, I'll put it like this. He's the dude that when they're not in like doing Ranger shit, he's the guy that's usually chilling at like some jazz bar with like having a drink, playing saxophone or some shit. He was like, because like this stuff came out like in the 80s, I think, or like late 90s. And he was that type of character that, which by the way, you see him, he's in the black costume. He was the dude, like, you always got to have that one guy that's just too fucking cool. He was that guy. He was a dude that, like, he wasn't the leader, but he was, but there are a lot of people who probably wished he was. But yeah, Guy was that dude. That guy, he's that dude. Guy is a bad motherfucker. So yeah, I want to put a caveat on this. I will say that while I do highly recommend this show, I will definitely tell you, going into it, know this. This show is old. So if you don't like old things, stay far the fuck away from it, because it's exactly what the fuck it is. But I will also say there's not many ways to watch it unless you put that straw hat on. And y'all know what I mean when I say that. You either put that straw hat on, or you're going to have to go on like websites like Tubi TV or Pluto TV. I actually would recommend, if you can find it on Pluto TV, watch it there, because Tubi TV, I have come to find in recent months, is owned by Rupert Murdoch, and fuck that dude. For those who know, Rupert Murdoch is the former, or I think he might still own Fox News, but basically this is the guy who basically, he is the one who can't stand black people, but loves making entertainment for black people, because he knows the black dollar is very powerful and important. He's the reason why back in the day, remember back in the days, like with Fox, used to have all those black TV shows? Yeah, he's the reason why, because he knew that getting the black dollar was, getting black eyes on his stuff was a fast way to make a buck. But he's also the same guy that will make sure that people like Donald Trump are put on the news 24/7. So fuck that guy. Also, for those who don't know, if you ever watched the show Succession, Rupert Murdoch is who Logan Roy is based off of. That said, I do highly honestly, I recommend you watch any Super Sentai, except for Car Ranger. Car Ranger is terrible. Car Ranger is terrible, and if you're wondering what Car Ranger is, that was what Power Rangers Turbo was based off of. So not only was it terrible here, it was terrible there too. So it made sense. But yeah, Mega Ranger is probably one of my personal favorites though. Which I think was either, I think it was Power Rangers Lost Galaxy or Lost in Space or whatever. I always get the two mixed up. Do you remember, Carter? Did you ever watch Power Rangers Lost Galaxy? Oh, no. I take that back. Power Rangers Lost Galaxy was Ginga Man. It was Ginga Man. That's what that one was. Mega Ranger was Power Rangers in Space.
No.
There you go.
I did not. I stopped after Turbo because I hated that kid that would grow into a grown-ass man and went to be the Blue Ranger. I fucking hated that kid. And then I came back to Power Rangers when I think that was Dino Thunder. When Tommy came back, it had my attention then. I watched it just for that, finished that, and then I went back to doing other stuff.
Thank you, Wad. Yeah, Y2 said too. Yeah, Mega Ranger was Power Ranger Space. So here's the funny thing about Mega Ranger. The original, Mega Ranger, for those who don't know, like you watched Power Rangers in Space, you're trying to do the math on it. Mega Ranger was actually more about video games. The monsters they fought on there came out of a video game that they were playing.
What? Which one of those is SPD based off of? Because that's the one everybody. Okay, that's the one everybody tells me I got to watch.
What, SPD?
Yeah.
Or Deca Ranger?
Well, they say SPD, and I'm just wondering which one that's based off of.
Oh, yeah.
There's a wolf character on there. That
Doggy Krueger.
Legit.
Yeah, Doggy Krueger, the Shadow Ranger. That's his name. That's his name.
Okay.
His name is Doggy Krueger. I'm not fucking lying. I wish I was. The funny thing about Doggy Krueger is that depending on which version of the show that you're watching, he looked different.
Mm-hmm.
They did different stuff for him. Versus other shows. So yeah, it's like here. I'll put it to you like this. Doggy Krueger. I'm gonna pull this up because I think this shit's funny. I find shit like this incredibly hilarious because it's one of the few moments where the Super Sentai version looked worse than the Power Rangers version, if that makes any sense. So like, it's even more funny to think about because they both look bad. Like they both look very, very, very bad. But here, I'm gonna pull it up.
I meant no disrespect, Daddy Kaiju. That boy said Krueger got hands. Respect the commander.
hey, look, let me tell you something. I talk some shit. I'll talk some shit about how bad the suit. I'll talk shit about how bad the suit looked, but let me tell you something. That motherfucker had the coldest finishing move in the history of Power Rangers. Because basically what he would do is so for those who don't know, the Shadow Ranger was the 6th Ranger.
Okay.
Basically, you know how like you have like every Power Ranger season, there's almost always like a 6th Ranger. It's always like you have your Green Ranger, you have your White Ranger, or you know, something along those lines. So this right here, this was the Shadow Ranger.
Okay.
And what he would do is that motherfucker would run at you, and then he would just slide across the screen with the sword, and he would just go bing, and uses like it was almost like some Shin Akuma shit. It almost looked like when Shin Akuma would like do the raging demon into you, and that motherfucker would just be behind you, and your ass would just be blown up. It was fucking crazy.
The only thing I know about this character is that during Shattered Grid, he was the one with Lord Draken being just OP at this point and wiping out everybody. Krueger was I can't say Doggy Krueger. He was the one that laid hands on Lord Draken.
Yes.
Like he was the only one that
he was that dude. Well, like here, this is what he looked like without the mask on in the Japanese version. So that's Deca Ranger Doggy Krueger. And this is what he looked like on the Power Rangers version. So here, I want to do this here. Let's see. Let's do it like this. Oh, wow. That kind of did it ugly as hell. Here, let's do it like this.
Why?
And then here we will. There we go. Here we'll do it like that. So this right here. This is that one time I was like, yeah, Pip, y'all should have asked. Y'all need to ask America for them suits.
What's the name of that film with the kid with the flying dragon, or like the flying, like something tail or old? Oh, what the fuck was the name of it? You know exactly what I'm talking about. It was like a dragon looking thing. It was all white.
Never Ending Story.
There you go. That's what the one on the left reminds me of.
Yeah, he looks like the Luck Dragon. Falcor. Never Ending Story.
That don't even look like a damn dog on the right. That look like the dog looked like he got scales or something, like some kind of reptile.
Kind of does, doesn't he? Well, you know the funny thing about this is, and I know we're way off in the fucking weeds. I know. Trust me. Trust me.
Look like, are you sure that's the Power Ranger? That's not Sonic Fox. That look like Sonic.
You ain't shit. Well, no, you want to hear something funny? You want to know something I always found funny, and I'll never be able to unsee this shit?
What?
This. Someone made a meme of how that dude's because he has a snout.
Oh,
he has a snout, and they were like, "Dude, that's what his face must look like when he in the suit." And I ain't never been able to unsee that shit. Oh god!
How did we get here?
I have no idea. One thing led to another. We went into a deep dive. Let's get away from that. Let's get away from that for right now. We'll get away from that for right now.
That's why he putting hands on people. Motherfucker can't breathe.
No, he can't breathe. I will also say we got some super chat here. I can't show because it's farther back. Says, has either of you read 8 Billion Genies? Got the hardcover and it's good. And any other non-Big Two books that nobody is talking about that y'all are loving? So here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing about that. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at all this shit I see in here. Ooh, not the Never Ending Story Ranger. but no. Go ahead.
I've read a little bit of 8 Billion Genies because I like the premise of it and I like Charles Soule. I
need to get back on that one.
If you're a fan of Charles Soule specifically, I would tell you another one to read of his would be Curse Words. That's another one.
That's a good one. That's actually a very good one.
But 8 Billion Genies, I would for sure to tell you to put on your list, Ernie, just because of the whole premise of it, correct?
Yeah.
It's the first issue. The first issue did it for me.
That's fair enough. I was gonna say, because it's something you actually put this in my head earlier. We were talking about it, but Wicked and Divine.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, man, if you really want to get on some Kieron Gillen, Wicked and Divine is the way to go. Speaking of, it's actually where our next story is going to take us. Let me bring this up. Yep, Kieron Gillen, he's back. He ain't done. Speaking of not being done, actually, I don't want to miss this either. We're not done talking about Anubis Doggy Krueger. Yeah, I forgot they added. Yeah, it's Anubis Doggy Krueger. I always remember Doggy Krueger. I always forget the Anubis part. So Anubis Krueger. Carter. We got to put some respect on it. Thank you for that $10, Pimp. We appreciate you. We got a Birdner said Nice House on the Lake. Yeah, it's very good. That's another one. Nice House on the Lake is another one that I highly recommend. Also, Carter, you brought this one up to me the other day because you say you saw it in the shop, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Refrigerator Full of Heads.
Yes.
That's another DC Black Label, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and the Elite X1, yes, die is finished. You're gonna have to get the trades though if you want it. They came out with a deluxe hardcover of everything, but that shit's out of print.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was actually sitting here. Yeah, because I was looking for it. Yeah, here it is on my shelf. Yeah, die. This is the complete edition of die. Though I will point out there's something that they put on here that I thought was. Or actually, no. Yeah, here it is. Something I thought that was very troubling is that it says on here
book one.
Book one. So they're very likely going to come back at some point. Because I mean, the way the story ends, they kind of set it up for that. They kind of set you up for a return on the series. So yeah, take that how you wanna. Sorry, I had to move some shit.
Ernie and I actually had that conversation earlier about how the hell is it out of print already? Yeah. Bruh. If it's not out of print, you're not gonna pay the price you would have to pay to own it all hardcover. You're gonna be in the same boat as the boy Blerd, right? It's gonna be Ninja Turtles for you all over again. Here's a question for you. Since you actually got a baby in the house real quick, what's a comic you recommend for a small child that's female, age like 10?
So it's funny you ask. Well, okay, so here's the thing. When I think of comics all encompassing.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I would recommend? I would recommend a manga. My daughter, who is 8, going on 9 this year, she's been reading Spy Family.
Okay.
And she's been really enjoying it. She's also been reading My Hero Academia and enjoying it. So those might be a place to go. If you want to keep it, more on the Western side of things, more on the Western side, I would say honestly, you can kind of take your pick. But I saw Birdner bring up Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Very good series. I do recommend. I would also recommend not the current Amazing Spider-Man, but I would even go back to some of the older Spider-Man. There's also another book that's out. I'm trying to remember the name of it. That actually had my attention for a good bit. Still does, actually. From over at Boom Studios. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's Seventh. I think it's Seventh something. Oh my God, what was the name? It was Seven Secrets. Seven Secrets. Very good story. Victor Laval did this book. Why am I blanking on the damn name of it? Why am I blanking on the damn name of this book? Victor Laval. Oh man, why am I blanking? I'll tell you what. I'm gonna have to look this up because it's gonna irritate the fire out of me. Victor Laval comics. I have it. It's called Eve.
Okay.
Eve. And actually here, I'm gonna pull this up because I kind of want to show this on the screen because this is a book that I just kind of started reading off the top of my head. One day I was just like, I'm bored. Let me check this out. And then and I remember it was because of the Sabretooth series. I was like, you know what? I kind of want to read some more by this brother. And this was the one right here. This is it right here. Eve by Victor Laval is chef's kiss. So good. So good. It's basically, to give you the premise, just so you kind of know what you're getting into. I will say the subject matter of it can be a little heavy. I'm not going to lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can get around that, it's very good. It's basically about a little girl who is the last hope for humanity to bounce back after a plague has wiped out everyone. That's why I say it's kind of heavy. It's a little heavy. And she's got this little teddy bear with her that's actually like a robot. And yeah, like I said, it is. I will say, preface going into it, it's a little heavy on subject matter. It's a little heavy on subject matter. But if you can get it, but if that's not an issue, I think you're good. I think I think you got something to look forward to. I believe Eve. Oh man, Eve was like 10 issues, I believe. It was yeah, they did like this. So it was Eve, and then they had Eve, Children of the Moon.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just Eve, then Eve, Children of the Moon. I think it is all collected though. But it's very good. It's very good. It's very good. Fantastic story. Not something that's killing the children. No, don't do that. How about Antihero by Kate Carius Quinn? I've not. You know what? Let me look that up. I've not read that one, so I can't personally say. But let's see here. Yeah, I have not read that one, but I mean, I'm not against the idea. It looks like it would actually be a pretty solid one, and it also. And it's also not out of print, so there you go. There's that as well. But yeah, let's see.
You know what?
Yeah, what's
since
up?
Since you said that, I looked up Die real quick.
Yeah.
Elite X1. If you want that hardcover of Die collected, all of it, everything, all of it, whole shebang, $170.
Damn.
Yeah, bro.
Wait. Let me ask something because I want to make sure we're on the same page here. Because I don't know if you know this or not.
Okay.
Kieron Gillen and Stephanie Hans. Was it Stephanie Hans? I believe it was Stephanie Hans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They did a Kickstarter last year for the Die role-playing game.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And I remember seeing those books going for like a couple of grips.
No, this is Collect Die volumes 1 through 4, issues number 1 through 2169. Hardcover.
No, I'm good.
No, this isn't at. He said pick that up for me at the local shop. I'll cash app you. This is not at the comic shop. I went looking for it for myself. This is Amazon right now.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of Amazon, well, actually, no, not really. That's was a terrible segue, but I guess kind of in a roundabout way. Let's talk about this power fantasy.
Yes.
This is actually a book that Carter pointed in my direction right after we went off the air last week, and this is the premise right here. It says the first extra normal individuals appeared in 1945. Some describe them as having superpowers. It's easy to laugh at the naivety. We now know the term has a specific technical meaning. To be a superpower means you possess the destructive capacity of the nuclear arsenal of the United States. Now, that said, there are 6 beings with superpowers on Earth, and this is like kind of giving you the kind of a quick look at each of them. And one of the things I loved about this is, this is how you know Kieron Gillen's a bad motherfucker. He a bad man. Because I'm gonna tell you what he did. And I want to put some respect here. Because it's not just Kieron Gillen involved here. We got Casper Wingard and Clayton Coles on this as well. This is gonna be coming out August 2024. But yeah, getting back to what I love about this is it's not just a bunch of white people. It's not just a bunch of white people. We got some color in there. And matter of fact, I would even dare say it's probably less white people than it is some black and brown folks. We got brother here on the left. We got a brown sister here. Somewhere she possibly like South Asian or maybe even indigenous. We don't know. Cat daddy in the middle. He could just be bargain basement white, but I mean, honestly, he could. He doesn't look basic white, so you never know. He might have that Joe Higashi going on. And then there's the one white woman right here, look like she's straight out of Cyberpunk. And then you got a cat daddy over here. Like I said, I don't know, man. Skin a little.
That's Daft Punk right
there.
there.
That Daft Punk right there. Look, he out here. He said one more time. And then we got a woman who I'm not 100% sure, but she could possibly even be Asian. There's no telling. So I like to see it.
I'm getting Wicked Divine vibes from this, just from this shot. And if when you read the premise of everything, because I just pulled up Wicked Divine, could you reread this new one real quick?
Yeah. It says, the first extra normal individuals appeared in 1945. Some describe them as having superpowers. It's easy to laugh at the naivety. We now know the term has a specific technical meaning. To be a superpower means you possess the destructive capacity of the nuclear arsenal of the United States.
And then you see this shot of all the characters. And I'm going to read the Wicked Divine one from I think this was like issue 2, but they said it in every subsequent issue. The whole premise of the Wicked Divine, if you all have never heard of it, it was a Kieron Gillen book. It went 45 issues. I want to say
45 sounds about right.
Okay. Every 90 years, 12 gods return as young people. They are loved, they are hated. In 2 years, they are all dead. The year is 2014. It's happening again. It's happening now.
Oh, love it.
And then when you see the shot of all the kids the characters, that's, and then you read it because they're basically like pop stars in that fucking book. And this looks like it's different walks of life, but they all could basically wipe everybody out in need be. So when
you said that, I was actually looking to see if I could find that specific promo. Because I remember that shit. Yeah. And dude, like when I felt the Wicked Divine vibes from reading this, I sent it to you immediately because I'm like, yeah, we're all over this. Because I made the mistake and Ernie made the mistake where Ernie didn't get Wicked Divine because he had forgotten about it. There was just with all the other books that are out, that was just one that was damn. I wish I would have actually collected it when I had the chance. I wish I would have.
Yeah. So at that time, I was working in a comic shop, bookstore, comic music store, game store. I was working at Hastings, and I got it when they had it. So I ended up, I think it was your fucking birthday or a Christmas gift. Like
I think, it was one of the two.
It was one of the two, but I gave you that hardcover. But now I feel bad because, well, number one, goddamn, I keep my books pristine. But number two,
oh, it is actually here.
Okay, it's on the back of it. Cool. But my thing is now I feel kind of bad that I gave you that because you ain't gonna get the other ones.
Yeah,
not even because you don't want them, but it's just them motherfuckers are so hard to find.
Oh, and if you do, you gonna pay. Look, I'm actually pulling it up now. Okay. I'm actually pulling up now. Like if you look up Wicked and Divine hardcovers on Amazon, dude, they gonna bust your head. They are going to bust your whole head. Like, and don't get tricked either. Don't get tricked.
Yeah.
Because like I'm look here. Fuck it. We're gonna pull this up right here. I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to see this.
I'm finna get so mad when I see this.
So look, don't get excited. I know y'all thinking right now, oh man, dude, what y'all talking about, dude? That's 29, 41, 33. That look reasonable. No. That's Kindle price. That's Kindle price. You look at the Kindle price right now. If you want that hardcover, hold on. Let me move this over so y'all can see it. Y'all want that hardcover? That's $149.95, big dog. 140. Not here. Now let me zoom this in because y'all don't see the shit. Hold on. Let me. That's $149.99 right there. So I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah, that's why I feel bad. I gave you that hardcover because I'm like, damn, that motherfucker will never get completed.
Oh no. Well, I mean, one day maybe if I can. Here's the thing: if I could find it for a reasonable price.
Yeah.
Like, which I mean, that ain't gonna happen, but I mean, yeah, 149. And here, I want to, let me put a finer point on this. That's only for issues 12 through 22.
Yeah.
That's only for issues 12 through 22.
Those are literally just deluxe hardcovers. So I think they made like 5 or 6 of them motherfuckers. That's why when I saw I had the first book, that first hardcover, it's like, fuck. And I don't even want to get in because it's gonna make me mad. Let me just say this. When it came to Kieron Gillen, Wicked Divine was how I was introduced to him. I had never read Marvel stuff from him. So that's how I became a fan, and now everyone's a fan because of X-Men Red and all the other stuff. So seeing that it looks like he's going kind of back into the Wicked Divine bag, I'm all for it. I am all for it. And now, because I've become a smarter comic book reader, I know get them hardcovers when they come out.
and so that's why I always tell people, like, and I even explained that to my wife one day because she got kind of not mad, but she got a little tight with me.
Yo,
this man.
It was a fucking example.
It was an example.
It was an example.
God damn. Well, at least I guess you can get it now. God damn it. God damn it. God damn.
So I was actually gonna make the comment that, one thing we could both do, because we're both huge fans of that series from Kieron Gillen, was what if you and I, at least bare minimum, try to get one book a year?
Got you. Yeah.
Because I think they did like 6 or 7.
I think it's 4. I think it's 4.
It was just 4.
Before I tell that lie, hold on. Before I tell that lie.
But that's what I was going to say, because I gave you mine, so I got to rebuy the first one. But we could just try to just get one a year, and I think we'd be fine. It's 4.
It's 4. It's 4.
Okay. Man. So yeah.
Yeah, because Jesus, I'm not gonna say how much the third would cost because I don't want Mo to get in trouble.
No.
I ain't trying. No. I ain't trying to get him in trouble. I ain't trying to get him in trouble. I ain't saying nothing. I'm keeping my mouth shut. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Send it to me. I want to see.
Oh man, you gonna
I might have just fucked that whole plan up. That book might strictly only get read in trades or Comixology.
Hold on, wait a minute. I'm gonna send you a screenshot, and this is for book 4.
Okay.
This is for book 4 right here.
I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
Make that the fucking Spotify thumbnail.
Ooh, don't even want to say it out loud. I don't even want to say it out loud. I don't even want to say it out loud. I'm not going to say it out loud.
The Spotify thumbnail.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's the Spotify thumbnail, 100%. That is the Spotify thumbnail, 100%. Yeah, dude. And this is why. Okay, so you know what? I will say this though. So remember the conversations we had recently about this motherfucker right here, about how like motherfuckers were selling this shit for like $300, $400, $500, $600. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Let's move on to the next.
You know what?
I had to click off your mess.
Yeah. Get off that. Here, you know what I want to do? I want to let's look at some more super chats because that is way more enticing than looking at the prices of the goddamn books. Thank you, Jonathan Mode, for that. And you know what? I'm actually going to use that to pick that up. I'm a man of my word, so I'll at least have 2 of them, some bitches. But I'm gonna put it like this: I will never have the 4th one because y'all ain't about to get me divorced up in here. Y'all ain't about to get me divorced. That 4th one, look. My wife, she's a very understanding woman.
No, you should not look it up. No, you should not. No.
Don't do it. But no, I will just put it like this. If my wife ever found out I spent that much money on on a book.
Yeah, we're gonna move on.
She would divorce me.
You know what? I'm looking at every time. Can you pull that back? Can you show that right?
Yeah.
Real quick. Hey, I keep my books pristine.
Here. Boom. Look, pulls up. Look at that. And here, look. Like right there. Like bam. Good shape.
I don't understand how long I have had that.
Also,
I got that when it came out.
Oh wait, I can't show that picture. I can't show that picture. That picture. Ooh, okay. I opened up on a problematic page. It'll get the whole thing took down. But
I bought
look at that.
Yeah.
I bought
that in 2014 when it came out. That book is the reason, fun fact, I was so excited to read the Young Avengers run because of that artist.
Bruh. You know what I never knew?
What?
So I did not know, and this just shows you how much I don't pay attention. This is why you should read the back, like when you get like a hardcover or here, I'm gonna put this back on this. I think this is why whenever you get stuff like this, you should always pay attention to the shit that's at the back of the book.
Yeah,
because like I read through it when you sent it to me. I was like, okay, cool. And I just kind of, I won't say read. I kind of skimmed it a little bit because I was like, man, I'm kind of mad I ain't got the rest. You were right. I did not know this motherfucker had this is basically the writer's notes.
Yeah. Yep.
For the first, actually for every issue. For every issue that is in here, it's not the script, but like, it's like all, just you kind of get at it. It's literally each one of these is like the panel notes, like for the artist, so that they know like the context of something.
Yep.
And there's and it's not just for one issue, it's for every issue, which I think is pretty fucking gangster. I think that's pretty fucking
why
gangster.
I really truly became a fan of Image at like 2013, 2014, because they would do little stuff like that in those hardcovers, which to me it made it more worth getting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to kind of see 100%. Where their mind went, see the art of how they want to maybe design something or where they want the story to go. I thought that shit was really fire when I saw that stuff. But that was just like more so stunting on people with the books with the chipped edges and the ripped pages and all that there, dog. That I done had that shit in my possession for a decade now, and that shit looked like Ernie just bought it from Barnes and Noble.
Oh yeah, it was in good shape. I was actually incredibly well. It was not even that because I remember you sent me those Daredevil
those trades.
Yeah, those Daredevil trades and like those, like I said, and I would even say that's even more impressive feat because those weren't hardcovers. Those were
trades.
Those are the trades. Those are the floppy trades. And I was like, those were in like really good shape too. So
you want to know the trick?
Was
y'all finna call me a psycho for this. Do you know when it comes to hardcovers, I always make it a point, y'all, to always clean the shelf, clean the books, pull them out, make sure there's no indents or anything like that. But with trades, you all know how you have some of those people that will bag and board their floppy, their single issues. The light bulb went off in my head that, well, I don't want my trades to start getting old and bent and look nasty and have the gray edges and all that. And I don't need a board for them because the board wouldn't fit. Why the fuck don't I just start bagging the trades?
You know what?
It's a bunch of bag trades behind me. Yep.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to do that when I was still getting the trades pretty regular. I actually would do that because it's like you want to take care of that shit. And a trade could get, like, people don't think about it, a trade can get fucked up pretty easy. You can fuck up a trade pretty easy. I do want to say we got a 1999 super chat from Gabriel the Dark Knight. Says, happy Saturday, Ernie, Carter, Blerd Cave. I thought I missed the show today, showing up support while I work. That paper isn't going to make itself, and I need to get caught up before my birthday next week. Oh, hey, yeah, that's right.
There you
happy
go.
birthday.
There you go.
Happy, well, between, I don't know what day it's going to be, but just in case it doesn't fall by next Saturday, happy birthday in advance. And also, just in case, we're gonna give you one of these too. We're gonna give you one of the we're gonna drop the bomb for you. And yeah, I was gonna say too. We also got another one from Tyrone D. I can't show it because it kind of went off the screen a little bit. But we got $5 from Tyrone D. They didn't say anything, but still, it was awesome that they did what they did. We got another one here, Poetry Media here, a homie, Antoine Ghost Mitchell out there. Y'all know what time it is. With the $5, says, just passing through to shower some love. We'll catch the podcast. And that X-Men 97 video was 1,000 truths. Thank you for that. I for those if you missed it, I did do a video recently. I was basically talking about the X-Men 97. Actually talking about the trailer that not the one that shut the stream down, but the trailer that initially had come out. I actually full disclosure, I actually shot that video I think the week that the trailer came out, but I just never got around to editing it. So I actually really appreciate everyone going in and showing that video some love. We also got another one here. We got one. Drew with the 499 says, question. Have you guys heard of a tabletop game called Hero Clicks, made by WizKids? Very cool game. Love the show. Huge fan. Salute. Actually, I actually have some. I don't know if I'm allowed to show these off yet. I don't know if I'm allowed to show them off yet. So just in case, I don't really know. So I'm not gonna. But just keep your eyes peeled. I got some new stuff on the way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Elite X1 said it himself. It's been woke. Oh, you know what? I didn't even see that. I'm glad you actually came in and said something because I missed it earlier. I guess it had to have come up. Yeah, I think you're right. It did come up when the stream was had shit the bed. Miss GP says, was AFK last stream when RZ _2 dropped a tier 3 gift to Reno. Just want to say thank you. Hey, look at that, man. Paying it forward. You putting respect on it. Like I said, it's after the fact. We put respect on it. Also, how you doing, Miss GP? We've also actually, I think that's it. I think we're caught up. Yeah, we're caught up on everything. But getting back to it, I do just want to say real quick, yeah. Power Fantasy, we don't know a whole heap of a lot about it, but I personally am looking forward to it. And basically, it's kind of funny. We do have a statement here from Kieron Gillen. We're going to read this, and then we'll probably jump on to our next things. We still got one more thing to talk about. But he said, the Power Fantasy emerged in a similar way to the Wicked and Divine. It says, I was doing a book at Marvel and became aware of exactly the sort of things I could do with the reins taken off. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Dude, that's a bar right there. Why bar Marvel up like that? Why bar Marvel up like that?
I knew the heat I could drop when y'all left me the hell alone. I like that.
Man,
I like that.
That is, dude. That is a man putting respect on his own name, and I love to see it. He says, as the Wicked and Divine was to Young Avengers, this is to Immortal X-Men. It's a comic informed by superheroes, but one where a fight is the absolute lose state for everyone. It's set from 1945 to 1999, and so is a chance to really have fun with an alternate cultural history too. I think you could see it as an extension of my best work. Wicked Divian, which basically like Wicked Divine, alternate pop culture, a Cold War take on Uber's realpolitik. Dai's social group drama hypercharged by genre. So yeah, basically it says the book is said to sit in between the aesthetics of the subversive works such as The Boys and Watchmen, and as we said earlier, it's gonna be coming out in August. Real quick, I also want to say he also added this. He says once and this is actually not Kieron Gillen, this is Casper Wingard, says once Kieron had pitched the basic outline for the power fantasy, I knew this was a story I felt comfortable most telling. It says, we've been able to create some incredible characters, each with their own vibrant personalities and worlds in which they inhabit. If you are a fan of my most recent Image titles, Homesick Pilots, which also, I don't know if you ever read that, that's actually a really good book, says, and All Against All, he said, you'll see a lot of his DNA here. I'm truly putting everything I've learned into this series. The power fantasy is a large and beautiful canvas for me to operate on. Which, yeah, I'm looking very forward. Very, very, very forward to that. That's gonna be this is gonna be
that.
Yeah.
Hearing that, like, I'm literally looking for. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go buy Once in Future today.
Yeah, dude. Let me tell you something. So
I gotta buy a Gillen book just from that bar today.
Yeah, dude. Look, he's
a Gillen book today.
Let me tell you something. He didn't have to bar Marvel up like that. He really didn't have to. that man came in and said, "Yeah, but y'all get the fuck out my goddamn ear." I'm sitting here like y'all sitting here like leaning on my ass while I'm writing the goddamn book. He said, "Y'all leave me the fuck alone. I could drop some goddamn some fucking epic shit." Like, man, get the fuck up off me. He said, I could drop that last Tribe Called Quest on y'all leave me the fuck alone. But no, I highly recommend Once in Future. Highly recommend. This is another book I feel, if you leave Gillen the fuck alone, this is what you're going to get. And I guarantee you the reason why he was given Judgment Day, Immortal X-Men, and Sins of Sinister, all that, I guarantee you it was off the strength of this. This right here. It was off the strength of that. So yeah. Don't play with the man. He's gonna
go. I was gonna get this online, but nah, I just feel like doing a comic shop a service today. I'm going to buy this.
Yeah, that's yeah. He said we got 5 gifted from Paris. We appreciate you over there. Thank you. And he said, JD said y'all rushed my Sins of Sinister. Now get off me. Look, we ain't gonna talk about that. But no, I mean, this is the thing I keep telling people. If you ever read anything that Kieron Gillen has written, I think, like, yeah, Schism, I know some people have mixed opinions of Schism, because Kieron Gillen was in on that one. But, like, once again, he didn't have the cachet then that he has today. And now that, he's come back to Marvel, and granted, he's done after, everything that it wraps up here. But, like, when he came back, that was why Marvel was like, oh, you know what you're doing. Okay, cool. Go ahead and do your thing. Go off, King.
I didn't know people didn't like Schism. I thought they didn't like what came after. I liked his Uncanny X.
Well, his Regenesis, because he did Regenesis with Sinister.
Okay.
And he did Schism. He was also, I don't know, I can't remember if he I'm blanking on whether or not he's credited for
Gillen did Colossus Juggernaut, right?
I think so. Yeah, I believe. Oh wait, no. I think maybe that was Matt Fraction.
Okay.
I might be wrong. You know what? Maybe he did. I don't know. Here's the thing. Gillen is a guy, when you just let him cook, he can create fantastic things. And I personally, like, it was his Regenesis and Schism that made me a fan. And when he went off to go do Wicked and Divine, I was like, okay, yeah, this dude is the man right here. And then, like, he just keeps cooking up more and more. Matter of fact, here, I want to do something. You know what? Let's. Before we move on, I do want to see something real quick. I'm pulling up Kieron Gillen's body of work, and okay. I want to show y'all some things that just I think are incredibly just crazy to me that people aren't talking about his work more. For one, we've already talked about Once and Future. Carter, did you know he writes a lot of Warhammer?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
40K or just regular Warhammer?
So he does so as far as I can tell, he did Warhammer. He did Warhammer Monthly and he did Warhammer Crown of Destruction. It's like Warhammer Fantasy basically.
Okay.
And at Image Comics, I know we talked about his Wicked Divine and Die. Yeah. But he has also done some other stuff there as well. There's another series that he called Phonogram.
I remember that.
Yeah, there was that one. What was the other one? Where We Live, A Benefit for the Survivors in Las Vegas. Which, yeah, for those that don't remember, that was because of the mass shooting that happened there. And of course, in Marvel, we know that he's done stuff like X-Men. Yeah, that's not news or anything. He did Beta Ray Bill, God Hunter, Dark Avengers Ares. What was the other one? He did the Journey. He did Journey into Mystery. Specifically 637, 638, and then 642 and through 644. He was on Iron Man for a bit. And I know while AVX is a dirty word for a lot of people, he didn't do like the core stuff. He did like AVX verses. Which I thought those were actually pretty damn good.
Little one shot. Yeah.
Yeah, he did AVX verses. He didn't do all of them, but he did a couple of them. Secret Wars Siege. He did that. Also, we can't not talk about his Star Wars Darth Vader, which was chef's kiss.
Oh, yeah, folks swear by his Star Wars stuff.
Oh yeah, no, his Star Wars off chain, unmatched. Yeah. Only Charles Soule could come up behind him and try and follow what he did. It was just that good. Yeah. He also did Dr. Aphra. He did Dr. Aphra as well. And he did the core Star Wars book some as well. The Thanos Volume 2 Annual Number 1. He did do a Warhammer 40K. I just caught that. Also, I will sing this to the mountaintops. His Eternals is goated. This is the best Eternals has ever fucking been, except for maybe the Neil Gaiman run. And what else did he do? Yeah, that's all I got. He's like I said, the man's work speaks for itself. The man is just, yeah. Anyway, that's all I can say. Yeah, Dr. I'm sorry. If you look, let me tell you something. If you are not reading or have not read, well, fuck this shit. Hold on, y'all fucking with me. This right here is some of the, like, if you're one of, look, let me tell you something. If you're one of those people here, look, give me the one for a second. I got to tell y'all something. Look, if y'all are one of those people, you say, man, dude, Star Wars is trash now, man. They don't do shit. that Dr. Aphra got you. That Dr. Aphra gonna hold you, okay? That Dr. Aphra is it. Look, the fact that heifer ain't got a Disney Plus show right now is a travesty. Look, they dragged poor Black Chrysanthemum into that goddamn Book of Boba Fett show, but could not be bothered to call in somebody to play Dr. Aphra. It's like, okay, all right, we see you. Yeah, Elite X1. Matter of fact, Elite X1 said it perfectly. It is Dr. Aphra is basically like Indiana Jones mixed with Han Solo. That's basically what it is. Dr. Aphra is literally a scoundrel who happens to be an archaeologist. Like it really is. It's space Indiana Jones, but like the kind of heat that Han Solo had on him, where everybody was trying to get his ass. That's what Dr. Aphra got. Would I prefer a plus show or a movie? Give me a plus show. Yeah. Give her a plus show because I want her to get all her time. Because Dr. Aphra is one of those characters you can't condense Dr. Aphra into a movie. I mean, you could, but like I would want her to get that Mandalorian treatment. I want her to get that I want give her time to tell you about herself, her world, why she is the way she is. It's beautiful stuff.
All right.
Let's get to our next thing because we do have one more topic. Well, actually, I don't have it. I don't have the thing here because apparently I didn't save it because I was in a rush. So we'll just pull this up. Basically, this is more of a public service announcement than it is anything else anyway. I actually did a little short video kind of talking about it, so I'm not going to go too granular in the details department of it. But there was an announcement this week that we are going to be getting a story arc that's going to spin out of the Fall of X, stuff.
Okay.
And it's going to be titled X-Men Heir of Apocalypse. Now, I saw a lot of people immediately jumping to a lot of conclusions when this was announced. And I would say, yeah, I'm not going to say like not rightfully so. Because this title kind of evokes a lot of different things. So let's just go ahead and just put that out there. So this is going to be a title that is going to be focusing, as you might imagine, on Apocalypse passing the torch, as it were, to a successor. And basically what's going to happen, this is going to be a 4-issue miniseries. It's going to be written by Steve Fox, art by, Netho Diaz. And it's basically going to be, a lot of people have been referring to this as the tournament arc that Ten of Swords promised but never actually gave. But there's going to be 12 mutants that are basically going to be competing in a tournament that will test the heart, body, mind, and soul to determine who will become Apocalypse's successor as a prominent, if controversial, mutant leader. And we know who those mutants are. You can kind of tell based on the image that we got right here. But those mutants are going to be Armageddon Girl, formerly known as Nature Girl, Cypher, Emma Frost, Exodus, Forge, Gorgon, Mirage, Mr. Sinister, Penance, Richter, Wolverine Larkenny, and Cable. So those are going to be the characters in question. A lot of people have put their hats in the ring, or put their bets down, rather, for a lot of these different characters. I have my own reasons for who I chose. I saw a lot of people yesterday when I was posting, talking about this online. There were a lot of people saying, oh, it needs to be Cypher, or it needs to be Forge, or it needs to be this person, or it needs to be that person. There's only really two people who I think make the most sense. I would even make a case for a third. Actually, I'll say three. I'll say there's three people. Carter, before I say mine, though, I want to get your thoughts on this real quick. What do you think about this? Them dropping this like right before the we shift gears to the next era.
I'm wondering if it will matter in this next era, since we're going back to the mansion.
Fair.
You know, and someone in the chat just brought up the fact that the font was the
Age of Apocalypse
font. So I'm wondering if it's going to maybe be something where it's going back into that stuff, because you never know with Marvel. So
yeah,
that's my real question, is if it's going to have any kind of a lasting impact, really.
I mean, I think it will, but I'm gonna tell you, for me personally, it's okay. So let me put this out. I also want to bring up Gorgon. That was why I said I can make a case for a third character, because Gorgon kind of got dicked over in the House of X era. He went from kind of like having like an absolute G moment in Ten of Swords, when he went against the White Sword. Like, he had what I felt was probably one of the coldest moments in the history of cold moments. Like, you know, just in regards to characters. You know what I mean? And I was a little bit let down by the fact that, like, after he had his moment, it hurt my soul. Like, here, I'm gonna pull this up just so y'all can see it. But like, yeah, this man literally, he put himself on the line for Krakoa, and yeah, he got and like, it wasn't like he got worked, but I mean, you know, he literally put the cape on for Krakoa, and he got killed. But because of the whole thing where, like, you know, if you die in Otherworld, if you get resurrected, you don't come back normal. Like, you come back as like a weird, like kind of not inverted, but just like, you're just not you. Your personality is warped. And Gorgon came back. He's been back, but like, he's not been used very much. I think he might have featured in a couple of like the X-Men Unlimited stuff, which is basically where they tell stories about characters that they don't care to tell in like the main book. It's no shade, but it just kind of is what it is. That said, I personally feel like he deserves a moment to reclaim his time. To reclaim his time, more or less. Let's see. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Here, go ahead. Do you think, Carter? Here, I'm gonna take Carter's got some stuff going on. I am going to take the one just for a little bit. But yeah, getting back to it though, I'm gonna say right now, as far as I'm concerned, a thing for me is, I put my hat in the ring for a different character. Primarily, well, first off, let's say who it should be. Let's just go ahead and say right now off rip, who it should be. It should be Richter. Richter should be the one, because for one, Apocalypse put a lot of his faith in Richter. He mentored Richter. If you did not read the Teeny Howard run of Excalibur, in that run, Apocalypse and Richter became incredibly close. I would even make the argument they were so close that some people I don't think even really expected it. But that said, Richter became kind of that dude. He kind of became that dude for Apocalypse, and he was kind of Slick, the one character who was really here. I want to pull this up just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. But he was that one character that actually kind of took a lot of Apocalypse's messages and his teachings to heart when Apocalypse went to a Minth Genesis after Ten of Swords. He was probably one of the main ones who was like, is he even called to other people? I was like, man, y'all just gonna act like Apocalypse ain't shit now, huh? Like, like he was that guy. Like, and Apocalypse took a lot of like he took a vested interest. Like here, I'll actually show you this. This is actually from, I believe it was like Excalibur number 3, right here, where this is back when Richter couldn't control his powers. He was afraid to like set foot on solid ground. And Apocalypse was the one that basically was like, man, get your ass up. I'm gonna take care of you. I got you. Like this line right here, I think is something that is very telling, because basically he says right here, he says, I'll break Krakoa in half if I go there. My powers are completely out of control. I can't even set my feet on the ground outside. He says, the ground outside and anywhere else is yours to command for miles beneath the soil. You are mutant. It is your gift. You are afraid. Fear is not something we contend with anymore. The monster, this depression that sits on your soul, has no quarter in the high places of our new world, our Krakoa. He tells him to come. There's nothing you can break that I cannot fix. This line has stuck with me in regards to Richter ever since. And well, okay, so say, okay, well, Richter, he's kind of like the obvious one, but like if it was me, where my heart actually is, who I think would probably be an even better pick for that would be Armageddon Girl. Armageddon Girl has been, she's been through a lot. For those not in the know, Nature Girl is, so when we were originally seeing Nature Girl a lot in the Krakoan era, as it were, she kind of went through a little bit of a metamorphosis. I would dare say. And in that metamorphosis, her mentality, her personality, the way she feels about certain things, all of that has changed dramatically. It is been changed dramatically. And she has become what I would dare say a completely different character now. She has become completely disenfranchised with humanity. She has become disenfranchised by Krakoa. She has been disenfranchised involuntarily by Gaia. Who is literally like the mother of the earth, Thor's own actual mother, for that matter. And while that has happened, she's not done. She still has, she still has something to do. And there's a story there that's waiting to be told. So I'm very curious to see what they'll do with that. And honestly, considering the power she possessed, which kind of bordered on Omega level, I think there's definitely something there. I think there's something, there's definitely something to go with there. That said, it's not to say that this is just a lock for anybody, because we also can't forget there are other characters that are technically in the running. I know that I mentioned 12, but some of the covers do tell a different story. Now covers lie. We know covers lie. But a character that we recently saw appear on one of the covers, and this is actually taken from one of the I think this might be either Heir of Apocalypse number 2 or 3 that I'm getting this from. Yeah. But right here. Oh, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, cool. My man. There he is. So we see the return of the character formerly known as Holocaust, now known as Genocide.
Okay, I was right. I was
right. This is the son, or a son of Apocalypse. Because Because not to say
Uncanny Avengers, weren't they? Weren't they in Remender's Uncanny Avengers?
At some point, they also showed up in Steve Orlando's Marauders for a brief moment too. They've been popping up off and on here and there.
Yeah.
I don't know how they are going or how they are supposed to play into this in whatever factor or another. But and here, I kind of want to zoom this out because I want y'all to kind of get the whole picture here. I'm gonna zoom this out just a little bit, and we're gonna cut to this one. But you can kind of see here, like everybody's just converging on him.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be some curveballs thrown. Because whenever Marvel does stuff like this, it never goes the way people think. Like I always point back to the was it called Trial of the Phoenix or something like that. Where with the Avengers they had all the different characters that were like vying for the Phoenix power, and the one character nobody fucking expected got it. Which was when Echo got the power. It was like nobody was checking for Echo back then. Let's just be real. Let's just go ahead and look. Let's call a spade a spade. Wasn't nobody checking for Echo at that time frame, and she was the one who won it. Like the odds-on favorite for a lot of people was Namor. Or Thor or somebody. I think Thor was also in the running for that because that's also when the whole like, you are my your son based on a technicality. But yeah, I don't know. I once again, I could be wrong. I'm totally willing to cop to that. But I feel like Genocide is probably gonna play some major role in this. Whether people want to recognize that or not. Another character who I think is going to play pretty heavily into this is a character that wasn't even listed as one of the people to be a part of the tournament, and that's Archangel. Because Carter, I know you are well aware, just as I am. Was it Uncanny? Was it Uncanny X-Force?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
So,
the Dark Angel Saga.
Yes, sir. Where Archangel himself had become the next in line. Matter of fact, I think that story arc was kind of wild. When was that? That was like what? Oh my God. That was like, which by the way, speak of the devil, Genocide was also there as well.
That's where I knew him from. I think this was a baby, or he talked like a little kid or something along those lines. Okay,
Yep. That was This is from that. This is from that. But this is a story arc where
Jerome Opeña's art.
Oh yeah, dude. No, this is untouched. This is untouched. This is probably some of the best. This is probably some of the best you'll ever see. If I'm being brutally honest.
Apocalypse Nerd Large, what you're referring to, that was Uncanny Avengers, and we don't talk about that. We don't mention the Apocalypse.
Oh, the Apocalypse Twins that lasted 2 seconds.
That was nasty. Uncanny X-Force with the Dark Angel Saga, which was 2 parts, was heat.
Oh yeah, no, that is probably some of the best you will ever fucking see. That's actually the best storytelling of Archangel you will ever find. Warren Worthington III has never had it that good.
Bird Nerd is saying that Gillis Mo, he asked about Kid Apocalypse earlier, also known as Genesis. Where has he been? So I have asked that question myself. I'm wondering where the fuck is he at in these covers?
So technically speaking, there was that whole thing about not resurrecting clones. And I remember that was one of the things that kind of came up. Because remember, it was something that came up during New Mutants. Yeah. And technically, it's been done away with. It actually got done. Vita Yala did away with it in New Mutants.
I swear to you, I have seen that little Chiron on that island.
Yeah, no, I remember they have.
But I have seen Genesis running around. Yeah. Because you haven't really heard anything about the character since Jason Aaron was on Wolverine and the X-Men, because that was his home.
Yeah, that was his arc. That was his whole arc.
And then they had one of those OGNs they did with Genesis, and like I said, I've seen him on Krakoa, but I don't think that it's like he's
Easter not like an active player or anything.
Ooh, look who that is, kind of deal. He is not active like at all, which is crazy.
And I feel like part of the reason might be because of the plans they had in place for Apocalypse's wife. Because I feel like they probably thought that it'd be too confusing to have two motherfuckers running around named Genesis. But that's my guess. But I do want to give shout out here. Matter of fact, we're gonna drop a bomb.
Yes.
Paris Yule says, with the $20, gentlemen, finally retired from the Navy after 20 years. Glad to be able to be a more regular member of the community. We appreciate you being here and also appreciate your service as well as your retirement because, once again, never been in the military, but having known many people who have spent, that amount of time in the military who have finally gotten out, man, go take you a knee. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, man, look, grow your hair out, let that be, let everything, let your freak flag fly. You can do whatever you want. My God. Well, no, because they have oddly enough, we were actually I think Robo and I were actually talking about this, we were literally talking about this the other day, about the grooming standards they have for men and women in the military. Like, you can only have your hair like a certain length, which apparently they've changed that now. Like, if you're a guy, you still can't have, like, I don't think you can still do, like, full on beard or nothing, but like, I think they've kind of laxed up a little bit. Apparently you can have neck tattoos now in the military. They've eased up on that.
You said let the freak flag fly. I thought you just want him just raw dogging every woman that moves.
No. I just mean you could, because I feel like when you're in the military, especially like if you've spent a lot of time in it, and especially if you have like any rank whatsoever that is up there.
It's nice, ain't it?
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, he likes that because Robo, retired military. Yeah. Look, you can be free. Man. But he says you guys are the model of consistency. I'm here to support. Hey, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Go enjoy yourself today. Look, this is I can tell you right now, just based on my experiences talking with Robo after he retired. Yeah. Take that knee. Look, put your feet up for a little bit. Go get you one of them fancy, nice armchairs. Put your feet up for a little bit and don't do shit you ain't got to do. Because can't nobody tell you nothing.
He said, I won't let people know if I hit that 100% disability, but there will be signs.
Hey, look, Robo can talk to you about that. Let's see.
Paris, what you doing over there? Oh, you talking about me with this gold encrusted Cuban I'm smoking? Oh, I'm just chilling.
Yeah. Don't mind. Look, mind your business. Mind your business. Look, don't worry about what I'm doing over here. I'm minding my business. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, we the other side. This is actually, that's what I was saying earlier. I was under the impression he was dead, but the thing is, the rule that was in place that would exclude Evan from being brought back, that rule was done away with. So technically, they could bring him back, like because the waiting rooms thing, you come back wherever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
But you never
I didn't
know.
He caught it in Age of X-Men. Maybe it was somebody. Okay, I may have been just horrible, but I swear I saw it.
But yeah, here, let me pull this up real quick. What is this? Yeah, here we go. We are gonna jump into. I'm actually be real quick with this, because I technically kind of gave one earlier. You know what? I talked earlier about. Or just now rather, talking about that Uncanny X-Force run. And you know what? Actually, sitting here now as we are talking about it, I kind of am even thinking about the prospect of even doing a maybe I'll do a video on that one. I don't know. We'll see. But if you want to kind of get a taste of the level of of fuckery that was going on with Archangel back during that time frame, because I feel like a lot of people probably missed. I feel like a lot of people probably missed that time frame on Angel, which is why like there's a lot of people sometimes unaware that there's like kind of like how we see where he can transform back and forward between being Angel and Archangel. All the other stuff that he's gotten since then. I feel like a lot of that's kind of gotten lost on people. And I think it's because he had so much development in Uncanny X-Force and X-Force as a whole, back when he was bankrolling the team. I feel like a lot of people might have missed some of that. So what I will say is, if you have not read, what was it? Oh, man, let's see. So that was X-Force around like 2014-ish, or no. Hold
on, let's do this.
2011. 2011 up to 2013, I think is what it was.
Yes. Okay. And I'm happy you said that, because I was going to make sure that people didn't get confused here.
Yeah.
He's talking about Uncanny X-Force Volume 1. I don't want you all to put in Uncanny X-Force and then put 2013, because you might accidentally get the continuation of that book that was done by Sam Humphries. That it wasn't hitting as hard as the Remender stuff. No. I more so read it because I saw Storm and Bishop, and it was not the level of quality we had just gotten.
Not at all. And I will also say that in here, just because I want to make sure that we're clear. You want this one.
Yes.
You want this one. If you see like a trade somewhere and you see that cover, that is the cover that you're looking for. I think because that's the cover for Volume 1.
Yep.
More or less.
The Apocalypse Solution. Apparently they are going to be re-releasing the omnibus for it. That's another thing I'm gonna go look for with your goddamn once and future today. I'm gonna go see if they got that.
I'm about to say, because they release, dude, let me tell you right now, if they release Remender's Uncanny X-Force as a hard, bruh.
They did. It just sold out fast as shit.
Okay, so when it comes back in stock, if they ever put that back in, that's getting bought. Yeah.
But Rexu Pizza, you saying Ayo Storm on X-Force? It wasn't the same thing.
No,
it was not the same thing. This wasn't they weren't killing anybody, but that book just wasn't hidden. And Bishop wasn't really even on the team. You see him on a lot of covers, and then basically nothing. So recommended. You're going to be recommending Uncanny X-Force this week. My recommendation is going to be an Image book, since you all were bringing up Image stuff earlier. Stuff that wasn't from the big two.
Yes.
This is a book from 2014 from Image by a gentleman by the name of Jeremy Hahn. This book is called The Beauty. I'm gonna just give you all the premise of it, Ernie. I would say I want you to read it. Don't cheat. Don't look up nothing.
No. I'm not gonna look up a damn thing.
Because I want you and everybody listening right now to have the same fucking reaction when I give you the premise of it. It went 29 issues and a one shot to finish up everything. So 30 if you want to be technical. But imagine everyone. What's the best way to describe this? Thank you. That's the cover for the first issue. There is an STD that is getting spread around the entire world that people are now referring to as the beauty. Why? Because if you get this STD, you look amazing the following day. So look at you right now, you and Cynthia doing the hibbity dippity, and then the next morning you go in the bathroom, you are clean shaven, 6-pack, hair on top of your head, everything. You just look your best self.
Oh, damn.
Literally, most of the world has this STD. And then people's heads start exploding. And then there are anti-beauty groups that are trying to kill people that have this STD. And we meet two cops. We meet two police officers that are trying to figure out what the hell is going on with this beauty. We meet it's a male and a female cop. I can't remember the names off the top of my head right now. But the male cop, he goes home to his wife. He's telling her about, we just had this beauty case where the woman's face was scorched and burned off. Him and his wife get the wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Next morning, he goes in the bathroom and he looks fantastic. And his response is, "Oh, fuck.
Damn.
How did his wife
got him?"
Yeah. So
got him.
All I'm gonna tell you all about this book. But yeah, that was when I was hard in my image bag, when I just was not reading a Marvel or DC. So yeah, 30 issues altogether, but you probably won't find it collected like that. It'll be 29 issues and then a one shot that was, I can't remember the name of the damn one. But yeah, The Beauty. That's what I'm recommending this week.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put it on the short list.
Your actual cranium. You get burned. Your head just it spontaneously combusts.
Also, real quick, I saw someone ask, or not ask, but I think it was mentioned. Maybe I could be wrong. I saw someone bring up the whole thing. I can't find it right now, but someone brought up the whole Phantom X Xavier body thing. They did address it. It was just not talked about. Like when Xavier took one to the brain in Benjamin Percy's X-Force, you will notice that when he was resurrected, he was thinner than he used to be. And that's because
they also they like legit reference that it wasn't the Phantom X body anymore.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those things. They didn't like dedicate a whole issue to it, but it was just one of those things. It's kind of like it happened. If you knew, you knew. Extra said was a 125 for the Remender Omnibus. Ooh.
Big dog. We don't buy Omnis full price over here.
Oh no. Actually, yeah, I'm about to say, yeah. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. Carter has taught me that I am high value. Okay, I am a high value comic book reader. I don't know. We look. I'm gonna be like the child. Be like, we don't do that to you. We do not do that here. Though I am actually curious about something, because now that you've brought up that comic, The Beauty, I'm actually looking it up to see if they do have it on bruh, get the fuck out of here.
What?
Lord. Shit, this might get bought here. No, I was llooking up the Beauty on InStock.
Yeah, the trades.
Yep, 5, 8, 9. That's gonna when I that's gonna mess around and get bought. But no, I was going to say that that is our recommendations. Let's get to our questions from the Discord real quick. Let me go back and boom. There we go. Well,
that's a hell of a question, though. You and Cynthia just get it in, and then the next morning you wake up and you just fine as hell out of nowhere. Are you mad, or are you like?
You like?
Like,
I do wonder. I do wonder about that.
Bro, what emotion should you emote?
It's like both anger and disgust, but also like, God damn, I look good, motherfucker.
You just hop in the shower, your baby looking at you crazy, you go in the bathroom mirror, you built like Reacher out of
you'd be like, I'm still fine though, so you know. So what if you're already a baddie? Man, look.
Stop.
You just you just become the baddie. What was I gonna say? Tries to help you play out what's a good price range for an omnibus. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of times omnibus are like $125, just starting price. Sometimes 150 depending on what it is. But I'll tell you, man, if you can find an omnibus for like 100 or like less, you in business.
Tell them the fucking site I told you.
Yeah. InStockTrades. I thought I said it. Here, you know what? Tell you what. Here. Let's do this. I'm gonna do y'all a solid. This is what Ernie's talking about with me. I put him onto this website, and now we just living. We just living. Here, I'm gonna put this in here, and y'all just do. Y'all do with that information whatever you want. This is. Look for this message. There you go. That's the one. You go to that website. Now here's the thing I'm gonna tell you. Don't go looking for no old shit. Cause basically what this is, they're better for getting stuff that just recently came out because they do rotate their stock. So if there's something that's like been out for a while and you want to get it, you either get that motherfucker then or there, or you just hope they get that motherfucker back in sometime later, because they do not InStockTrades. They are literally, think of you know Carter's always talking about the bargain bin and shit like that at his shop. Think of InStockTrades as the bargain bin. Just because you saw it on Monday, don't mean it's gonna be there come Tuesday. Or even Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So like there's something that you want, you might want to go get it then. There and it's either that or just let it go. Yeah, because you might not get it back.
And the reason that is the case is because when they drop new stuff, it's either going to be half price or the lowest it'll go is 40% off. So
I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so if you go to the main page right now, right here, you can see it. Right here is, they got the Green Arrow first trade is normally $19.99. It's on there for $9.99. They got the Moon Knight Mark Spectre Omnibus, which I kind of slick want. That junk is $125 sticker price. That son bitch is $67.50 right now. Superman Emperor Joker Deluxe Edition, normally $49.99. It's $24.99 right now. Like I said, if you just kind of, you see what I'm doing here, you are, I'm just saying. Hell, they got the Death Metal Omnibus. I don't want that motherfucker, but it's there. $125. They got that bitch for $72. Oh, hey, they got Thunderbolts Red over here. That might get bought later. Look, that might get bought later. Just like I said, nasty ass fucking all red squad.
It was good. It was good after issue 12 because they got rid of Daniel Way and Charles Soule came on.
Yeah, that's true. Well, also right here, this is something I need to get. This Vinland Saga. Here, I'm gonna zoom in just so y'all can kind of see a little better. This Vinland Saga Deluxe hardcover, kind of slick want it. Just putting it out there. Yeah. Oh man, let's go. Real quick before we actually jump into this, let's jump into this right here. Let's kill this for a sec. Man, we got here the Great D-Star with the $5. So, who's your favorite OG Image Comics artist that nobody talks about too much? I like Mark Silvestri because his art is sick, especially his X-Men stuff. Man, okay. I'm going to tell you a name that comes up more often than not for me. Let me see if I can actually pull this motherfucker up. There's a motherfucker whose art I always felt was really good and nobody put the respect on this man's name that I personally felt he deserved. Here, let me see. Let's see if I can actually find it. Yeah, here we go. So I remember back in the day always talking about being a huge fan of the comic Pit. For those who know, that was Dale Keown. And here, I'm going to pull up a couple things real fast. There's actually a couple of artists I wanted to kind of highlight. And you guys know me. I love art so much that I love it when it does not have any color in it, because that way you can just see everything. You can see all the ins, all the outs of of a person's work. I love seeing the raw pencils and ink of of a comic. And so this right here is Dale Keown's Pit.
Okay.
Which I always thought was really cool. And they also did, look, I love that detail. Oh man, I love that detail right there. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna zoom in. Y'all enhance. Look at that. Look at that. I love that. I love that work right there. Look at that. That is just amazing right there. Look at that. Just look at it. Look at it. God damn it. Look at it. It's so fucking beautiful. But he also did a really good Hulk. Which I thought was really good. I love seeing stuff like this. This is S tier. It's S tier stuff for me. Carter, what about you? You got one?
Man, no.
Okay. I was gonna say, for me, another one. I might fuck this motherfucker's name up. Was Wiles Portasio? Do you remember Wiles Portasio?
Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah, I used to be. I say used to be as if like I don't like it anymore.
Yeah.
But no, Wiles Portasio was another one. Was another artist. God, because I think if I'm not mistaken, didn't he did Wetworks?
Mm-hmm.
Wetworks, which was a personal favorite of mine. If you go back to like some of those, I haven't tried to go back and read it recently. It is probably not as good as I remember it, so I want to keep that memory of I want to keep that beauty, that memory forever ingrained in me. So I almost do not want to go back and try to reread it because it might break my fucking heart. But here, actually, let me pull this up. I want to show y'all this. This is a Wiles Portasio joint right here.
Fresh.
Like I said, he does some pretty good stuff. He can draw the prettiest, nastiest shit you'll ever see. You know what I'm saying? The prettiest, nastiest shit you'll ever see. Very good one. But getting back to it, yeah. Here, let's pull this. We got another here. GoCon Shirts Baby's Father with $5 says, "Do you have any digital pictures of you with hair you can show off?" Not digital. I tell you what, I will see if I can find some pictures, and next week on the cave, I'll actually try to make a note. Carter also try to remind me about this as well. Find pictures. Actually, I hit up one of my friends. I think they have some pictures of me with hair. It's not a pretty picture. Making a note of me with hair. There you go. We'll make that we'll make a note of that. I wrote it down.
Oh man, I was gonna answer that image question like with a smart ass remark of Eric Larson.
Yeah,
but no, just no.
You sure?
I had to catch myself. Yeah, because I've looked up the most recent issue of Savage Dragon, and I'm just like, no, you disgust me.
I mean, when the super sperm is bussing.
Oh my God!
Hey,
why did you say that?
I don't know. Also, we have a super chat that I missed earlier, and I apologize for that. Or no, wait, no, I caught it. Nope, never mind. Lies. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe the. Don't believe it. There is none. I caught them. I caught them all, like Pokemon. I did it. Anyway. Let's get into these questions from the Discord. So, yeah, back to it.
Yep.
Let's get our first one. You got this?
From the homie Melvin the Second. I see the twos right there.
Ooh.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Damn, boy, okay then.
I'll take it.
In Blerd Cave. Hope your week has treated you right and you got a bite. The loss of Akira Toriyama has affected myself and many of us in the nerd community. Also was a piece of our childhood and for some our adulthood. Absolutely. So I must ask, who are some of the people, be someone in the nerd world to real life, who have passed on but still inspired you till this day to carry the torch? Thank you and keep inspiring the next generation.
You know, man, that's actually a good one. You know what? This is an easy one. This is an easy one, actually. I thought that I was going to have to like really sit and think about this. Dwayne McDuffie.
Yeah.
Dwayne McDuffie. His presence, his touch, his impact, everything that he has ever committed to the creative world still has impact today. And the people who he has put faith in and put on, I talked about this last week in regards to Gail Simone. Writers like Gail Simone, a lot of other writers would not be where they are today if not for Dwayne McDuffie giving them a chance. So, not just his creative work, but just his entire scope, and everything. Like, his efforts have completely, and I think irrevocably changed for the better, the world of comics and cartoons and anything you can imagine. That's my answer. So yeah, I would also say, because we're talking about like Akira Toriyama and all that shit. Oh my God, what was that from, Carter? Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah,
no, that's the most recent issue of Savage Dragon, dog. I can't
take that book. I'm not gonna tell y'all what I don't even want to say what I saw. We're just gonna move on.
No. It's just when you say it, what you say, I was literally looking at that.
There you go. That's it. Yeah, no more. Anyway, Urban Princess Strong Style says, good morning. Blerd question. Could Marvel manga make a comeback in the style of Ultimate X-Men? Because the writer and artist Peach Momoko did amazing work on that book that she did. That is all have a great Saturday. Talking about the Ultimate X-Men. Yeah, Ultimate X-Men that came out, which I'm not going to lie. I knew going into it, we were not going to get like a stock standard X-Men title. That issue is anything but. It is anything but. Like, honestly, it's difficult to talk about that book without spoiling anything. But I'll just say this. It is a story that deals with themes of depression, loss, guilt, grieving. And is also a fucking horror story.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean this and not in a negative way, but it did not read like an X book. But I don't mean that negatively. I mean that it was just a really. Here's the thing. Because again, I don't mean that negative. Because I really, really, really enjoyed that first issue.
It was very good. I actually had a difficult time trying to figure out how to make a video about it.
I want to see how many of you all, including you, Ernie, when you read that, did you want to watch it instead of reading it? I would watch the fuck out of that if that was an anime.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was reading it, I felt like I was reading like a Junji Ito thing. Like, I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about there, but like it read like a Junji Ito story. Which it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. But it was very good. It's very different. I don't know how okay. I will say this though. If there's any one criticism I have of it, and once again, this isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I feel like this book would probably do better if it did not have the title X-Men. Because I feel like when you see X-Men, you come in expecting a very specific thing. And if you're one of those X readers or one of those people in X spoilers that you just want it all X all the time, X gonna give it to you, X gonna give it to you, and you don't see the X in there, I feel like there's going to be a group of people who are going to come away from this saying, oh, this book was trash. Oh, this was garbage. This was terrible. This is the worst X-Men thing I've ever read. But if it was like maybe a title, maybe if it was just called The Girl with the Ghost Armor, or something like that, you would be more like inclined to want to read it because you'd be like, oh, this is new. This is different. This is fresh. Like, that's what I feel.
I disagree with that. I
Well,
think
no.
if it had,
No, I'm just saying, like, you know how X spoilers is. You know how they are, and you know how some of those little crusty ass X fans are. You know how they are.
I was just gonna say, I don't think if it had any other name than Ultimate X-Men, no one would have read it, and no one would have been able to experience what a good issue that was.
Yeah.
So I kind of see why they did that. My thing is, I don't know how the fuck you are gonna put. Where are mutants fitting in?
Well, yeah, and the thing is, like, and like I said, I literally saw somebody that put out a video. I'm not gonna call names because I don't want to make it hot. But they were talking about like, oh yeah, there were like terrible X books this week, and I was like, okay, all right, sure.
Oh, you are smoking the hardest of dick if you think that was a bad book.
No. Here's the thing. I literally said this when I put the book down. When I finished the issue, when I got to the final page, and I was like, okay, this is over. I literally sat back in my chair like this.
Yeah.
And I said out loud, not in my head, out loud, well, this is a book that a lot of X fans are going to be shitting on.
Yeah.
And once again, not because it's bad.
That book was fire.
It was fire. Like, honestly, like, the only reason I have not done a video about it is not because it's bad. It's because, honestly, I don't know how to talk about it. Because it's just so, and I mean, you know what? I've been kind of thinking about doing this, too, because I noticed that some of y'all do seem to like it when I do these. But I actually thought about kind of doing, like, these things where, like, because I know, like, my bread and butter is, breaking down the granular elements and the connections of shit. But sometimes I'd like to just sit and talk about stuff. Like, there's no rhyme or reason, or just sometimes talk about it.
Do it.
And that's what I think I'm gonna do.
Guy, you Marvel shield, do the video.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You know what? I'm the Marvel shill who does not talk about black comic creator stuff. That's who I am.
Bird Nerd, he just hit it. They can't open their minds. That's really all you got to do.
Yeah, no, it is.
You open your mind up. This was a fire first issue of something that I'm confused.
What did we say? What did we say when we talked? Was it 2 weeks ago?
This was the book. And here we go.
And then it happened. Actually, I almost want to go back and find that moment and clip it so I can actually show it in a video. Oh. Wait, because I want to see some here. Wait till issue 3 when Storm herself hop in. That's the thing. That's the thing. There's a lot of characters that are going to be showing up in this, and I don't like. Here's the thing. I feel like people need to understand. This is not your stock standard X book. This is like, it's a manga. It is a manga through and through. Yeah. Like, it's literally a manga that just happens to be under the Marvel imprint. That is all it is. And it is so, honestly, you know what I think the baggage this has too is that it's a part of the Ultimate Universe. I kind of wish they would not have called it Ultimate X-Men, but they definitely could have called it X-Men. Like, they would have, someone said that, I think someone said in chat, if they would have called it like X Reborn or something like that, I'd have been like, yeah, sure. Like, or if they would have called it X-Men Reborn, X-Men Ghost, or X-Men Spirits, or Spirits of the X-Men, or
would you have liked, because I know you're a fan of them, or would you have liked if they called it the New X-Men?
Honestly, that would have been better too.
Or not, I'm sorry, not New X-Men, New Mutants.
Actually, yeah. Actually, if they would have called this New Mutants, that would have been infinitely better. But yeah, people just like, this is why I wish people did. But like, I wish people would get the fuck off their shit and like open their minds to something that is different. Because and I say this all the time, I'm so fucking sick and tired. I'm so fucking sick and tired of hearing people complain about American comics and say, oh my God, I wish American comics were more like anime and manga. They do new things. They try new stuff. They do different things. American comics just do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. And literally just in this one stream, you and I both have talked ad nauseum about so many different comics that are not Marvel or DC. You talked about the beauty. We talked about the Wicked and the Vine. We talked about the power fantasy that's coming up. We have brought up all of these different things that are totally not typical Western comics. They're not capes. And still, you're going to hear these ugly ass people on Twitter, in the YouTube comments about some, yeah, man, American comics are washed. They don't try anything new. But then turn around in the same breath, talk shit about an actual good comic that's trying to do something different. I heard so many people trashing the, Kieron Gillen's Eternals. It was a cape comic, but it wasn't a typical cape comic. It tried to reinvent the wheel, tried to do something different, give you ugly ass nerds something interesting to read. But no. Us cultured nerds can't have nice things because you ugly motherfuckers can't get out of you. You can't stop buying your damn 12 copies of Batman every week. Yeah. Talking about y'all. Same motherfuckers like, I want new. But you know what?
Ernie.
I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
No. I'm saying, let's get to the next one.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to lose this. So, I'm going to do this because this is what's going to help me. This is what's going to help me transition from this. So I want to, because for one, it's McDuffie. So I can't be mad when I talk about Dwayne McDuffie. But Gearless Mo coming through saying McDuffie 1,000,000%. And also this is going to cheer me up as well. Thank you for that 1999 super chat. See, I can't be in a bad mood when I do that. See, there you go. I'm better now. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't like getting ugly like that. I don't like being this way. I don't like being angry, but I feel like sometimes it's the only way I can get a point across. It's like when I talk about my stepson, and I'm not trying to make it hot for him either, but I say sometimes I have to talk to him. I'm not trying to be dismissive, but every now and again, sometimes I have to talk to him like he's stupid to make him understand what I'm trying to tell him.
I'm laughing because I think I speak for myself, but I think this is everybody in the chat as well. We know full well who are you talking about.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, no. And here's the thing. I know Elias was saying that's me. Well, no, here's the thing, though. I'm not talking about, like, if you like Batman, yeah, like Batman.
No. He's talking about those people that aren't reading Batman, but buying that shit to be like, I have to support because it's just like people who do that shit with Spider-Man, just like people who do that shit with Avengers, just like people that do that shit with Captain America, just like people that do that shit with Captain Marvel, just like people that do that shit with Venom, just like people that do that shit with you
just buying the book. You just buying it. You're stocking them
for some goofy ass fucking reason.
But you're not. But the thing is, here's the thing: if you like something, I'm not against you buying that thing and loving it. But my thing is, you cannot complain about not getting something new when you never take a chance on anything new. Mm-hmm. Like, Die. I literally read Die just on a whim because I was like, oh, looks interesting enough. And I was a video game podcast I listened to. Oddly enough, one of the people on there is a comic book guy, and he was talking about it. I was like, oh, Murder Falcon. I never would have read Murder Falcon if not for someone, actually it was the same fucking podcast, say the same fucking thing. Anyway, I just, I'm sorry. I really wasn't trying to be ugly like that, but yeah, just sometimes it comes out. Jonathan Stewart with the $5 says Potassio equals pretty nasty art. Greg Land equals nasty art. Thanks for the work y'all do. Get them likes up, and please do it, okay? Please. All right, let's listen to this. Also, and like I said, because look, I'm talking as the guy who literally makes videos about X-Men every goddamn week. So, I mean, I clearly, I live in a glass house. But here's the thing. I also read a lot of other shit. I literally was just sitting here talking to you guys about how I'm reading Go Loser Ranger, reading Kaiju number 8. I'm literally telling you about how I've been reading all this Ninja Turtles. Milestone I got up here. I got Invincible. I got Saga. I got literally all 3 deluxe editions of Saga that they have put out so far. I'm still waiting for them to do book 4. I would have more Wicked and Divine if they didn't cost the same as my fucking car payments. if it didn't cost the same as most motherfuckers' rent or utilities. But yes, that's the thing. I feel like, yes, there's a wealth of comics out there, and
you don't have to act like you have to defend yourself to anybody.
Yeah.
When we literally see your shelf, we see my shelf, but we really see your shelf. Speedy, thank you for the Blerd Club Silver.
Thank you.
Question number 3 from Discord.
Please. Yes, please. Let's carry on.
From Q-Doma. Greetings, Blerd and Carter. Hope your week has been good and interesting without too much drama. Not his.
No, not me.
I was wondering if either of you have seen the movie Imaginary yet. I like the movie. It's hard to tell what's real in that one. In some ways, it reflects how it's getting harder to tell what's fake and what's not. What's Imaginary?
Okay, that's the one with DeWanda Wise in it. For those who don't know, DeWanda Wise, and man, it breaks my heart to this very day because y'all have. I mean, okay, let me be real here. I love Tiana Paris. But I just want y'all, or not Tiana Paris, because that's not who she was. Lashana Lynch is who I mean to say. But so DeWanda Wise is the actress. Oh my God, what was it she was in? She was in She's Gotta Have It. She was in the new.
The series.
Yeah, she was in the series of She's Gotta Have It. And the funny thing, so before Lashana Lynch got put on Captain Marvel as Maria Rambeau, DeWanda Wise was the one who was cast before her. But because she had to drop out because of other commitments, Lashana Lynch came in and took her place. So we almost got DeWanda Wise as binary in the Marvels. That would have been legit. But I mean, I'm happy with what we got because I love Lashana Lynch. She's a great actress, and I feel like it actually kind of helped catapult Lashana Lynch in some ways I don't think maybe she would have gotten had that not have worked out the way that it did. So I'm glad that it all worked out because I loved her in The Woman King and pretty much everything else I've seen her in. But yeah, all of that aside, the movie. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard some good things. I actually I might try to go see it tonight. Speaking of, I do want to say someone asked me the other day, and I know I meant to make a segment out, but like we kind of run way too long. I will say someone asked me about Dune the other day on the Nerds of Culture stream, and I said I hadn't seen it yet. I have seen it very succinctly. I'll say this, and then we'll move on and answer the actual question. Saw it, liked it, will never watch it again. That's for Dune Part 2. Very beautiful film. Not something I can watch a second time.
All right. Next question here from JWR 2.0. Good morning, Blerd Koa. So happy I could catch y'all on my birth week. Rest in peace to Akira Toriyama, and happy belated International Women's Day.
It is.
To celebrate the occasion, what are some of y'all's favorite female characters in the comics? Side note, I really enjoyed the first episode of the new Sentai Boon Boomger.
Yeah.
These are some nasty names, Doggy Kruegers and the Boom Boomers. Dog, listen.
I haven't watched the first episode of that one yet, but it's on my list of things. It's on my list. Oh, dude, you would love this one. You'll love this one. Do you want to know why, Carter?
Why?
Cause it's so it's car themed, sort of.
Okay.
I say car themed because so you know how they always come with these really like funky designs. They always come with these really like funky designs for the characters, the helmets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Man, they got a little wild this year. They got a little wild with it. This is them. Boom Boonger. So yeah, they got rims. They got rims on their foreheads. That's what that is. Those are rims. In case anyone was wondering. Also, it's tires. It's the tire with the rim on their heads. I haven't watched it yet, but here's the thing I will say. Here's one thing I will say, and I want to make sure I'm very clear on this when I do say it. I will be the first one to tell you these costumes are trash. However, I will also remind you my favorite season of Super Sentai, is the one with the dude who dressed up like an orange. So you never know.
Last question from the Discord. Of course, it's from somebody that I know is going to get me every time. Trap God Thanos. He's saying, what's good, Carter and Blerd? I was wondering what your thoughts were on the new Ultimate X-Men series. We already talked about it.
That's true.
But more specifically, the backlash against it. We already talked about it.
Yeah,
I personally liked it and appreciated that it wasn't just 616X, but slightly different, but others seem to feel differently. I heard people say it was too different and an Armor solo series, not an X-Men book. Momoko made a post debunking that, saying it's only issue number 1. She's building a team. Okay.
Yeah.
The funny part to me is that these are the same people who complain that X-Men recycles the same storylines and you only use the most popular characters. We literally just said all that.
Yep.
Like, make your mind up. What do you want on your Ryan Gosling notebook tip? I know what I want, and that's for y'all low down lazy motherfuckers to get those lights up, y'all. Even though in y'all's defense, y'all got to get them up a second time because this is
this is technically the second. Apologies for that one.
He more so just wants to know our thoughts on the backlash, which again we already talked about. So I guess y'all just gonna get an extra. Well, I don't know about an extra question, but yeah, we already talked about it, pimp. Hopefully you were in here when we talked about it.
Yeah.
We got a fucking super chat in regards to that from Gabriel Knight. With the 1999 saying, I remember when Carter would go on his rants. Sometimes we got to let the chef cook. Preach on, King, and that's in relation to you. The reason I don't do that as much anymore is I'm just trying to be the comedian from Watchmen about the whole thing. You know there is stupidity. You know there is foolishness. So all you do is laugh because you know about it. You just laugh because you're in on the joke now. So yeah, that's why I don't do them as much. It's because I just laugh at it now.
That's all you. I mean, honestly, that's all you can do. That's all you really can do. If we're being 100% honest with ourselves, that's all you can do. Yeah, you can't do anything else. And also, thank you for that. 1999. Super chat. So that said, that was our last one there. We're gonna get into questions from that was our last question from Discord. Wait, hold up. Did it do? Yeah, there. Okay, there it is. Some of these I'm going to right now because I saw there were some questions that were like way far back. So I'm going back to get those because I don't want them to get lost. We're gonna ask let's see, let me see, where do I remember seeing them? Yeah, they go back this far. Okay, so yeah, we actually got quite a few actually. So we're gonna just start here. We got one here from LP3. Says, question, did y'all hear about the Zatanna solo series from Black Label? Any excitement for it? Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know how excited I am, but I am I'm at least kind of excited. What about you, Carter? I don't know what the creative team on it is. That's kind of most of the problem. Let me look up the creative team. The
problem for me is just the fact that it's Black Label.
That's fair. Oh, shit. No, actually, I take everything back. That I said. It's Paul Dini. No, it's not Paul Dini. Lies. That was an advertisement for a trade paperback. As an advertisement for a trade paperback. I apologize.
It's a very nasty way of you saying that word, but that's my issue with it, is because anything that happens in it, you're gonna have those people that are gonna be like, oh well, too bad it's not canon. So I want her more in main DC stuff. I want her to have.
She should be
like this back and forth in with Batman that I always enjoy reading. It's more so because I've been reading the Tinian detective stuff, and Zatanna and Bruce had a thing in that book. The back and forth they would have in the old, Justice League cartoon and stuff like that. So I'd want her in main DC. I feel like with it being in Black Label, it's probably because she's gonna swear, but she's gonna say it backwards. So it's gonna cause somebody to get broke off or get beat up or something. But I don't know. But yeah, I think it'll be a good read. It'll probably be a good read. I just don't like the Black Label of it all.
Nah, same. We got another G. Martin says, would Apocalypse feel comfortable with Evan Sabanur in his presence? Would he accept him as a child? Would he be offended with his children, or would Genesis himself be offended thinking? Oh wait, I think there was more to it than that. I think the question got or actually no, we'll ask this one second. This actually makes a little more sense. Yeah. How many kids has Apocalypse has had over the millennia? Hell, how many has Genesis had over the millennia while wearing the Helm of Annihilation? I refuse to believe she ain't got bodies. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. Well, we know that Apocalypse has at least 5. We know he at least has 5 children. That we are like, detail aware of. Now, that said, I actually can answer that question for you a little more particularly, because yes. Okay, so here it is. There is death, famine, pestilence, war, and of course the guy we talked about earlier, genocide, formerly known as Holocaust. Those are the only children that are being claimed. As far as hold on here, let me see here. As far as anyone else is in relation to Genesis, that one is a little bit that one we don't know. All we know of is the 4, but we do know that death, famine, pestilence, war. Those are the ones we know about. Anything else beyond that is unknown. Yep. That's it. We got one here from Big K Gaming. Says, do y'all have a favorite dumb, silly comic book moment, like when Luke Cage pressed Dr. Doom for $200? Yes. Yeah.
Mine was from I think it was Brian Posehn and Jerry Duggan. They did I think it was one of those like Infinity ones before it was called Infinity. It was called Dracula's Gauntlet, but it was a continuation of Jerry Duggan's Deadpool stuff, where Deadpool married the queen of the underworld, and Dracula was trying to get at her, and that was supposed to be his queen. But Deadpool basically says, "You're not a problem because you should have put a ring on it."
That's fair.
This made me laugh because I'm like, bro, you really brought up Beyonce to Dracula, big dog.
I know. I like that. That's actually pretty. That's pretty slick.
This reaction, that always gets a chuckle out of me every time.
So this is one I actually. Mine is it's the Punisher. Actually, this is an edited version of it because I made this for I made this for a new countdown screen when I was like workshopping new countdown screens.
Yeah.
So ignore the bottom text because the bottom text has been edited. Or actually no, here. Actually, I actually have the original. I just need to like go hunt it down. But it's the one with Punisher and Moon Knight. The one where they have their little
oh, I know what you're talking about.
Where Moon Knight where Moon Knight and Punisher are kind of like talking shit to each other.
I think that was Original Sin. I think that was it.
Yeah, I believe you are correct. But yeah, it's this one right here. It's a little fuzzy, but yeah. It shows up. It says, but yeah, hello, Mark. You still crazy? A little bit. You still murdering people? A little bit. How's your imaginary god? He's good. How's your dead family? I like shit like, oh, that was the other one. In Infinity Wars, there's one there's another that's in Infinity Wars. Is the one where everybody's fighting and Moon Knight and Spider-Man are having a little like off to the side conversation. Because they're basically trying to figure out like who the fuck do they hit? Because like everybody's confused. Everybody is confused about who is supposed to be fighting who. And there's a part where I think Moon Knight is like, hey, I've been kind of out of the loop. Like, who the hell am I supposed to be attacking? And basically Spider-Man's like, just swing on whoever I swing on. It's something like kind of in and around or like to that effect. I think it was like, I want to say it was in Infinity Wars number. Yeah, here it is. I actually found it. It. It's this shit right here. Yeah. He said, wow, I picked a bad moment to space. What'd I miss? He said, Gamora's taking over the family business. Who's Gamora? Just punch whoever I punch in a second. Which that like I love that shit. I love that shit. I love shit like that. Let's see here. And where to go? Let's keep going down. I'm going back. I'm just kind of yeah, here it is. There's one from Bill says, will these X-Men headlines be discussed next week? The Giant Size X-Men number 1, one shot preceding Heir of Apocalypse, most likely. The 700th Uncanny issue in June, and From the Ashes reveal, South by Southwest is Thursday. Yes. I was going to talk about issue 700, but considering I already talked about it on Nerds of Culture and not in a positive way, I just kind of left it at that. I would say go check out Nerds of Culture if you want to know. And then here's Y2 News' question. Did anyone read Marvel Demon Days or Demon Wars by Peach Momoko? Chud's always comparing Western books to manga anyway. So, okay, here's the thing with that. And then I'm going to scroll down because I know we're going to get a shit ton of random emoji. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, we're good. I know how it can be sometimes because, here's the thing. Chuds like to always compare manga to Western comics when they want to try to dunk on the American comics industry and be like, oh, see, that's why manga's outselling you. Because it's so much better. The motherfuckers ain't reading manga. Let's just be real. They're not reading manga. Those same chuds that say that, they're not reading manga because they shit on manga when it's convenient to them. But anyway, let's see. As far as like Demon Days, I liked them. It's just they were different. They were a different. They were like a different flavor of X-Men. Yeah, if you're just one of those people that all you want is Krakoa this, Krakoa that, or you just want the mansion,
yeah,
you were not going to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, well,
you got to come to terms with it. Yeah,
if you like, here's the thing: if you want Krakoa, well, trust me, there's plenty of Krakoa shit to read. If you want that mansion, guess what? There's a bunch of that to read. If you want something that's X-Men but different, there you go. Yeah. That was that. Demon Wars was great. That's actually why I was perfectly okay with the fact that Peach Momoko was going to be doing Ultimate X-Men. I was like, but I knew going in, people are not going to want to read it. Not because it's bad, because it ain't familiar. And familiarity is a motherfucker. Like, people want
so
new.
Nasty, because it's not familiar. That is so nasty.
Ooh, wait. I lost Carter. I've lost Carter, y'all. Wait, something. I don't know if it was like a power thing or what. But I guess it's kind of okay, because technically we're kind of at the end anyway. We were kind of up. Yep, he said it. Yep, power went out. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, so power went out. Well, it kind of just so happens that we were kind of there at the end. Anyway. Well, here. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, but just know that said, because I think that was 5. I'm almost positive that was 5. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe that was closer to 4. Oh well, just to play safe, I'll answer one more, and we'll go from there. Let's see. Let me go back and make sure that. Yeah, was that 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh no, that was 5. Never mind. That was 5. Anyway, that's the show, y'all. I guess that was kind of a sign. We actually went kind of over long. I didn't really intend for it to go that long. It was honestly kind of quite by accident. But that said, the Anbu Black Ops came out and they picked off Carter for talking a little too spicy. But that said, yeah, right now there's a new video that's premiering because honestly we didn't intend to run this long, but if you want to hang around, there is a new video that I have up right now breaking down the character of Venus de Milo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're just talking about doing something different. Well, guess what? Ain't nothing much more different than doing that. So go check it out. It's awesome, and I put a lot of work into it, a lot of time and effort. So I hope you guys enjoy that as well. And we're also here. Let's do this. We're pulling up because we got us a $4.99 super chat here. Says, "Love y'all. Thanks, chat. Keep your heads up." Hey, we appreciate that. Thank you. You keep your head up as well. And I just want to say thank you all so much. Y'all are so fantastic and awesome and amazing and great. And just do y'all are you're just awesome. You're just awesome. That's really the sum total takeaway there. But all that said, I hope you all have a wonderful and most importantly, amazing weekend. And, make sure that you all are out there staying safe, taking care of yourselves. For Carter Presents, I am the Blerd without fear. And all of you Ultimate X-Men haters, you can go to hell.